I am here with another video. I just wanted to basically make a video updating the MainStage rig that I normally use. I have a gig this Sunday that I have to play keys, and I know I did a video similar to this a few months ago. You guys can look it up in my videos. But I think I was showing how I use the Nord with the MainStage rig, but I have changed a few things. So right now I am using my Oxygen 61 as the MIDI controller using the Nano control. Sunday they have a Nord over there, so what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna bring my little mixer, and then it has 4 channels. So I'm gonna send the Nord from the church through 2 of the channels, and then I'm gonna send this MainStage rig to the other 2 channels and sum everything into front of house. That way I can use the pianos and the organs from the Nord, which I like a lot, and then everything else from here. And then again, it's also like a safe for me in case of something goes bad with the computer or with the rig. I can always go back to the Nord, and that way the service doesn't get affected. That's what I'm gonna be using now. This is MainStage, as you guys can see. This is my rig. The only difference is this little thing right here, which is my microphone. All the routing is going through MainStage. Just wanted to keep it simple, and I'm gonna show you everything. Right now, I'm using basically Keyscape and Omnisphere for basically everything. I'm just using the Logic organ. I just like to have it there. Everything else is just like I have a bus for reverb, a bus for delays, which I don't use it a lot, but it's there. And then I have one of the faders from my Nano control controlling the main output. This is what I have. This is the actual piano sound. I'm using Keyscape. You guys can see I'm using the natural preset from the LA Custom C7. Reverb is off, EQ is off, compressor is off. I'm only running the tape machine. That's what I'm using. This is the sound. Right, pretty basic. I like the natural because it sounds, I think it has a little bit of everything, body, brightness. So I'm running the EQ here, boosting some lows, cutting a little bit of mids, and adding some high end. This can change depending on the church, depending on the band. Normally I adjust a little bit. I just wanted to cut through. Compressor. You guys know what it's doing. This is without, with, controlling the dynamics in there. And then I have a limiter just in case to make sure I don't clip. Then this is another thing that I have is the EP. This is where I change a little bit of my setup. Again, Keyscape. This is what I'm using, the MKS20, the piano 2 gospel. You guys can see the settings in there. What I did with this, so shout out to my boy Isaiah, is the pianist from Rehoboth. Amazing pianist. So he was the one who showed me this, because what I was struggling with, I know you guys see this little transposer thing. I was struggling because whenever I would play this rig in a 61 keyboard, I couldn't hear the EP sound. So it would get lost. It would sound like this. It doesn't sound bad. Right, but then with the transposer, what I did, I just put an octave higher. Right, it's without, then with. Right, so what I did, he was the one who taught me this. So I took this transposer. This is from Logic, I believe. Yeah, this is from Logic. And see, 12 semitones up. And then what I did, I just mapped one of the buttons from my nano control to turn it on and off. You guys can see. So normally, if I'm playing an 80 like a big keyboard, normally I have that off because I have the full range. But if it's a small keyboard like this, I have that on just so it cuts through. Next thing is my pads. This is from Omnisphere. It's just a pad. It's like a drone thing. Right? I have some EQ moves, if you guys can see, just cutting some lows. Again, depending on the church and the gig, I might just cut those lows a little bit more. This is Omnisphere. I'm going to show you what I use. Is the atmospheric reverse. That's what I'm using. I haven't touched anything of the settings because I don't understand it too much. But that's what I use with the piano. Then with the EP. That's a little too much, but you guys get the idea. The other thing is the strings. Right, all my favorite strings. I know I have some EQ plugins in there. Again, depending on the gig, I turn it on or off as I see that's needed. Again, Omnisphere, Adagio transparent strings warm. With the piano. With the EP. And adding the pad. It's a really nice sound. I know it's very washy, so you have to watch out for the mix and all that. The next thing is a very interesting one. I think I switched this. I didn't have this before. It's like some plucks. Gonna play by itself. That's what I'm using there. Obviously, I just mix this with everything. Mostly I mix it with the EP. Right. So it's basically just to have some different textures. The other one is this synth. I switched this one out and I EQ. I basically cut most of the highs. So that's basically whenever there's a song that it needs that synth in there and it needs a little bit of strength. So I just put it. Right, if I put it with the plugs, which is normal, something that I do. Right, and then the other thing that I have is some bells in here. This one, they can get very overpowering very quick. I like to mix it with everything. And then the other thing that I added, which is new, I added an organ, but because I ran out of faders, I basically took one of these little encoders, the number 3, and then I use it for the organ. So what I did the same thing that I was doing with the EP. I put a transposer to bring it an octave higher. Right, and then so if I mix it with everything, and then obviously I have to turn. I forgot to turn on the rotary, but I put the bells. I put the synth. Right, so something like that. That's what I'm using it for. This is from Logic, the organ. This is from Logic. The other thing that I have, let me bring everything down, is the reverb. As you guys can hear it, it has a little bit, but there's nothing. Right, so what I have here, like a bus, and I adjust this by hand depending on the venue. And same thing if I want to add some delays. I have the delays in here, like the master, and I have this encoder for the delay mix. I don't use it a lot, but sometimes if it's needed, it's there. Right, so I have delays. If you guys can see, I have delays for the piano EPs. Everything else is just reverb. Put a delay on the plug sometimes, but I don't use it a lot. So it's pretty interesting. So this rig, it basically, I can basically do everything with this. As you guys can see, I'm not a pianist, so I only have one patch. I know you're able to do like a patch per song and stuff like that, but I think with this setup, I can just do everything. Again, when I'm called to play keys, is most of the time it's just CCM and a little bit of gospel. Maybe if it was like for like something like a concert or something like that, I have to play like a big set, I would do like presets and stuff like that. But for now, this is what I'm using. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any questions, you can let me know right in the comments, or you can just DM me on social media, stuff like that. You guys have any questions with this? Well, yeah, I guess I see you guys in another video. Bye.